Hi everyone, it's Giselle with another message for today. I just felt so inspired since pulling out these cards again. I thought that I would want to do another video with them, but this time I haven't pulled the cards. What I'm trying to say, I haven't been guided to the cards. I didn't shuffle and then they fell out. I basically looked through my deck and pulled out these three to talk about today because I just feel it's such an important message. It's been coming up over and over. I even had a dream about it, and I thought this is something I must talk about. This is why this is coming up for us now. So, if you watched my video last night, I did a reading, a goddess card reading, where I just basically shuffled my cards and then they fell out. And then they fell out in a beautiful synchronicity. But this time I just went, as I normally do, look through my deck, what's applicable for the message I want to give today. Because as you probably know from having readings with me, I don't use cards or anything for that matter. I just tune into your energy. I'll sit there for a bit and tell you exactly the emotion I'm picking up, the thoughts, the feelings, the surroundings, anything that wants to come through, either from yourself or the person that you're inquiring about or the situation that you're inquiring about. So it's all channeled information. I don't really do cards because it limits, I feel. But of course for these videos you need something visual, obviously, because I can't just stick my audio on and not have anything to show you. So this is what I'm doing today. Of course, if somebody has a reading with me and says just for fun, oh, by the way, could you pull me a tarot, or could you pull me a goddess card, or an angel card, a unicorn, whatever card? Yeah, I'll do it for you, no problem, But that's not how I primarily get my messages, so that's just to clarify that for you. Now, what I want to talk about is the need to protect your energy, whether you're feminine, masculine. You need to protect your energy at this time. It's so important. And well, it's always been important, really. It's never not been important. But the reason why it's so important now is, yet again, there is a flurry of spiritual attacks almost. People just being very trolling and unkind. And I feel it's different this time. It's more happening privately rather than in public, but it's still going on. It's so sad. And you would think that for this little community of, souls that have awakened to their true selves, that people wouldn't be trying to poke at others and trying to make them miserable and laughing and being just really overly... I can't place the word. It's a very childish kind of energy about it, It's like, pay attention to me, but all for all the wrong reasons, obviously. And you're thinking, my God, have you nothing better to do? And also, we have lives of our own. We can't just be sitting here entertaining all these really annoying, childish comments. And of course, you would think, well, aren't you spiritual? You should be elevating yourself above it. Well, you can only do so much when you are very, very busy with a hectic schedule. You want to streamline everything, and to have to deal with something on top of everything else, it's just like, come on, it's getting beyond now, seriously. It's not just me either. I feel other readers are suffering the same thing. Not just readers either, it's just people in general are suffering the same thing. I mean, my friend who's not at all in this line of work is getting similar. Even my brother, who's gone through his awakening, is going through similar just annoyances, and you think, Seriously? And this is what I want to say to you. If you're feeling like this, it's fine. It's all going to be okay. We're just filtering out all of the debris, all of the energetic waste that doesn't belong in our energy field. But it's so vital, so very important to protect yourself, to really protect yourself. Not just standing up for yourself when someone speaks out and says something inappropriate, but also energetically shield yourself as well. I may do a meditation actually on energetic shielding just because this is coming up and I feel it would benefit people. So I may actually do that. If you're interested in that, just comment below and I will just take note of all the comments and I'll see what I can do for you. But, yeah, I mean, I also want to address the following. Sometimes when I try to stick up for people or for myself, I get these stupid remarks, and honestly, I don't see the logic behind it. They say, well, you're on social media. You've decided to put yourself out there so you can expect people to be nasty. I'm like, no. That's the wrong... I just do not understand this culture of thinking it's okay to be nasty to people, to be rude, and to be insulting. I mean, seriously? It's not okay. And I want to say that now. And if anyone makes me feel uncomfortable or annoyed or whatever, just because I've decided to bring out these spiritual videos does not mean that I can be trampled all over, and I will stand up for myself and I will get rid of any nonsense. This I promise. Because there is no point in suffering this ludicrous kind of mocking energy. I mean, seriously though. Sorry, I'm getting a bit fired up because it's not just happening to me, it's happening to people I love, and it's like, seriously? We can do better than this, surely. And I just don't understand, if these kind of videos or this kind of work does not interest people, why watch them? Just click off and do something. I'm sure you got so much to do. I mean, life is precious and you must spend it doing what you love. And if these kind of videos rile you up and get you really irritated, then just do yourself a favor and click off. I seriously won't be skin off my nose. You'll be doing yourself a favor and everybody else. Anyway, now that's that out the way, let's just have a little look at these beautiful cards and a little read of the messages that they bring. So the first one is this one here for sensitivity. And it says, you are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. And I will say this is definitely true for my brother and everyone else who's going through this new awakening, especially when you're new. Everything else seems so amplified. All of the negative energy, people... It just seems such a contrast, and what you have never noticed before will be very much on the forefront, and you would be like, wow, I never knew how negative I myself felt until I felt happy. That's what he actually said to me. And I linked him in, like, you know, I do energy healing too, and I physically, well, not physically, obviously we're in different locations, but I remotely linked our energy bodies and the heart chakras. And he felt my calmness and he said, oh my goodness, is this what it's like to be as calm as you are all the time? I said, yeah, this is my standard heart rate and my standard, you know, mindset and breathing pattern. He goes, I love this place. I just want to stay here. Can you just link me up forever? I said, you need to learn to do this on your own. But you'll get yourself there and it's going to be, you know, fantastic. The more that you practice, practice makes perfect. So the next card is for purification, and the message reads, it is time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. And really, it's quite apt as well. Not just for, I mean, it's obvious detoxes for diets are really useful and make you feel great, but it's also the mind, you know. Since his awakening, I know I use my brother for examples a lot, but he is just a prime example. I mean, I can't help it. He said that he stopped watching the news, he stopped watching television that makes him feel depressed. Because the thing with television, and the reason why I don't own one, and I'll very rarely watch films and very rarely watch programs now, is that it puts your brain in like a almost comatose, empty state. And it's really, if you watch a couple of hours of television a day, it kind of, I don't know, it numbs you, is what I feel. And I remember when I was an avid TV watcher, I just didn't find very much purpose in life in general. And everything I was interested in was so empty, like gossip magazines and, blogs of just all sorts of celebrity gossip and nonsense like that, and reality TV. Not that I ever really was a huge reality TV, but it can kind of be lumped in with the same thing. And you're thinking, oh God, I'm polluting my brain. And since cutting that out for, nearly, how long have I been more than half a decade, I've seen a tremendous change, and I feel so much better. And to spend my evenings reading or having a relaxing, I would say a bath, but I don't have a bathtub, but just a relaxing time, even just giving myself a face mask treatment and just having time for myself. It's so much more enriching, and to spend time meditating and just really being present in your mind's. Sometimes you meditate to get answers, sometimes you meditate to unwind. But since I'm pretty much chilled out the majority of the time now, I don't really do it to empty my mind too much. But I do it to receive answers, to receive guidance, and to receive these kind of channeled messages that I'm getting for you. So it's so much more enriching. And if you tried to detox your mind, you will actually see that it's fantastic. And the third card that we have is boundaries. And this one has been a major one for me, as you probably heard from my very long intro to this video. Love yourself enough to say no to others. Demands on your time and energy. And I would like to give that analogy again of the energetic pie. I've heard several people talk about this. We all have an energetic pie. Or, you may choose whatever kind of metaphor you like, really. But I like the pie because I like food. So we all have an energetic pie. And the more that we say yes when we should be saying no, the more that our energetic pie gets eaten up by other people. Sadly, there are people out there who are out to get other people's energy. They are so needy and so clingy. You will notice these kind of people because they're relentless. They won't leave you alone, like you've already kind of set your boundary, and they'll just keep either contacting you or bugging you over and over and over. And you think, I've already clearly said to you that I can only offer so much, and you are still relentlessly trying to eat my pie. No. So you must put your foot down, because every time you say yes, when you should be saying no, your pie gets taken up by other people, then you feel depleted, and your vibration starts to lower, and you're starting to wonder, why am I exhausted? Why am I feeling depleted of my beautiful energy? And it's because of that. And I have quite a few Reiki masters and people that do spiritual work that come to me for guidance and coaching and channeled information too. And I say this to them all the time. I say, you've been giving away your pie again. I told you to protect it, and you're still saying yes when you should be saying no. And it's not just the obvious things as well. It includes things like, I have a Reiki master who comes to me as a client, and she's afraid to charge. She's been afraid to charge for a long time. And I said to her, you must charge, because this is energy work. You're giving energy. You must receive something in return. It's not like these people can do Reiki back for you. So you have to charge money for your services. And this is why I say to people that, I think my prices are fair. Well, I know my prices are fair. If you look at other people, especially on YouTube, they charge hundreds of dollars for the same amount of time that I offer you. So I charge like a quarter of the price. And really, I'm being fair. And if people still don't want to pay for that and are still trying to get free stuff, then I have to say no, because it's not fair on my energetic pie. And to be honest with you, and to be fair to myself, I do a ton of free resources. I have meditation pages on both my websites, and they're all free. You can click on, get them for free. These videos are free. I do them because I want to help you. I'm not doing them to gain popularity or whatever the heck. I'm not out for that at all. That's why I don't show my face on these videos and sit here and get all makeup up and all dressed up and like, oh, hi, you know? I don't care about any of that stuff. And this is why I keep my videos plain and sometimes really short and simple, but it's because I want to bring out these messages that I feel are needed for you at this time. So when I say no, it's because I feel energetically it's the right thing to do. I need to protect my energetic pie, and so do you. Please don't give away your pie. You must protect yourself. And if you're one of these people that are still having trouble and feel really needy and feel like you can't live without a certain person, or you can't, you know, you constantly need to get some sort of help or advice or something from other people, you must respect and love yourself enough to not need to do that. You just have to be careful of what you're doing with your energy and how you spend your energy, because even if you don't say yes when you should be saying no, but you're the person that's constantly bombarding others with neediness, you're giving away your power to those people as well, which is also giving away your energy. So you have to be careful with that. I feel everybody, masculine, feminine, whoever, has to be very mindful of their personal power and their energy at this moment in time. Stop overgiving, even if you think that you're doing someone else a favor. If you don't feel the balance of the energy is right, it's being felt by you for a reason. You must be careful. And please look after yourself. Because sadly, we live in a kind of time now where if you don't look after yourself, no one else is going to. If I started giving out free readings, no one else is going to go, oh, by the way, Giselle, let me just pop £20 in your account because you've been so generous. I think people would just be happy to take. I'm not saying it's never going to happen. Of course, I've received beautiful tips from some of my clients, and I'm very grateful for that. But a lot of the time, people are just happy to take and leave, and then leave you depleted. So it's not just me, it's other people too. And, you know, not even people who work in the spiritual community. It's even my friends who don't even have anything to do with spirituality, I feel, are being energetically depleted. People are happy to take a lot of the time, and they're not willing to compensate for the energy that it took. You know, you can't just bombard someone with questions just because, well, I've already told this client that, you know, they would need to take their leave, basically to not, I can't work with them anymore. I've already given this example, but they used to just send question after question. I'm thinking, look, it's fine for me to answer the odd question or for you to share an anecdote with me. It's not like I'm unfriendly and I wouldn't want to respond to you when I have your phone number. But to send me question after question, day after day, after only buying one reading and then expecting me to just answer your questions indefinitely, you know, that's not how it's going to work. And that's not fair, surely. You can't, I mean, you're not going to, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of something. What kind of service can I liken this to? Well, say you went to a buffet, an all-you-can-eat buffet, and you paid for one meal, you know, you paid to go and eat there once. You can't then turn up the next day and be like, oh, I bought some food here yesterday. You know, I went to the buffet yesterday, so I can just pop in here now and take a scone or take some sandwiches, can't I? And then you do it day after day. Of course, that's not going to work. And the same goes for this. You can't just buy one reading and then expect me to answer a ton of your questions afterwards when they've not been energetically accounted for. I think that's ridiculous. You can't do it with other things in life. You can't do it with these things. And I know you're probably going to say, oh my God, what side of the bed have you woken up on? But I feel I have to be firm and I have to be, you know, open and honest. And if I don't speak my truth, it starts to pile up and it's building up negative energy that I do not want. So, and this is not just for me either. This video is for everybody because I feel this is such an urgent message that needs to come out for so many of us, because too many of us are scared to offend people, are scared to come across as not friendly. I mean, seriously though, you have to set your boundaries. You can't just expect to be this doormat. You can't. It's not good for your energy. And really, you're not doing these other people a favor either. Because it starts to become You'll become resentful, whether you want to admit this or not. If you keep giving out your energy, you become resentful. You think, what an ungrateful person. What a cheeky person. Why would they expect me to do all this stuff for them? And then they never, I'm always the one giving and they never ever give back to me. I can't keep doing this. And then, of course, if you keep kind of piling up all of your resentment, it blows up, doesn't it? And you become just this ticking time bomb and become super agitated and angry, and one day you'll just blow up. Of course you don't want that to happen. So this is why it's so vital. Please protect yourself. Protect yourself energetically, but also verbally set your boundaries, and do not be afraid to do that. Do not be afraid. It's for your own good. Because if you don't stand up for yourself, nobody else will. So, I know it's quite a long video now, but I felt this message was very, very vital that I put it out there. And yeah, I hope for those that it was meant for, but I feel it's a message for everybody. But if you felt drawn to watch this, then please apply this to yourself. Please protect yourself. And I hope I've given you, through speaking out myself, given you at least some inspiration and courage to do it for yourself too. You have to. So thank you all for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, my details are in the description. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.